Alright guys, what's up? Back with another training video today. Just had a little incident with a homeless guy at the front door, so this video might get a little bit more interesting today. But as far as training goes, I'm going to do, again, kind of one of those movement circuits, just to kind of get me warm, get me going a little bit. And then I'm going to jump. I'm going to test out a little bit of drop jumping, so a little bit more forceful ground contacts here today, and just see how I respond to that tomorrow morning from a tendon and foot perspective. I played some pickleball this past weekend, and that made my foot and Achilles a little bit sore, but got better with just some rest. So going to do some jumps. I'm going to squat from the pins. Going to back squat from the pins. Going to do some snatch grip RDLs, and then a few things at the end. Try to set up. I've been going to the Y to use like the seated calf raise machine. So I'm going to have to. I'll figure out. I'll just maybe put a dumbbell on my lap and do some calf raises that way. And there was maybe one other thing that I wanted to do, but one or two other things maybe that I wanted to do, but can't remember what they are right now. Not that important. All the big stuff is what I just mentioned. So some kettlebell hip shifting here first. Okay, just get the hips moving a little bit. Encourage a little IR. Get my adductors a good little stretch and my hips a little stretch. Here we go. Ooh, feels good. Okay. A few coaches that I follow use. I know Kyle Dobbs has used this, so I'm just kind of messing around with this, see how it feels before I squat. Interesting with the band. It's a nice little pump. That feels pretty good. I'm not really feeling too chatty today, if I'm being honest. I just did a podcast with Dan Bach about an hour ago, and we had about a 90-minute conversation about performance training and just training in general. And honestly, my brain feels like it's like fried. We had some really good conversations regarding like speed training, jump training, general athletic training, and qualities. I know I talked about this in the last video, but like we had a little segment where I kind of just talked about some of the newer trainees that I have, newer athletes, clients, that they start doing trunk compound exercises squats, deadlifts, RDLs. And again, we talked about this in the last video, but like they're talking about like feeling their back and their spinal erectors, and that's a good thing. It's not a negative thing. Generally what that means, like when you first start strength training, is that those muscles that aren't really necessarily being trained at the level that they should be trained. So it's okay for those to get, for you to get a little burning sensation in those when you're doing those compound exercises, and you know, getting stronger on those things over time. Now that doesn't mean like going too much too quickly, because that can result in, you know, serious pain or injuries. But you know, having some soreness in your back and having a muscle pump, for lack of a better way to put it, that burning sensation you get, that's a normal thing. Now, I'm not saying as you get stronger you should always be feeling things in your back. As you get stronger on RDLs, squats, deadlifts, lunges, compound movements in general, that won't be a limiting factor. You know, you train consistently for 8 weeks, 12 weeks, and beyond, those muscles adapt pretty quickly to load, and you won't always have that problem of getting like a super huge burning sensation through those muscles, because you will adapt and get stronger to the stimulus that you're provided. So I'm probably not going to talk too much more today. I'm going to hit these jumps. All right, I won't lie here. My warm-up sets did not feel great. Yeah, I just felt a little heavier. Honestly, I've been dealing with this back thing still. I don't know if I mentioned that in some of the other videos. I had these pins actually a little bit lower, and kind of just feel like I don't have any push, and I kind of just feel my right hip and my lower back, like SI joint area. So I bumped them up. It did feel a little bit better with it not being as deep of a range of motion. So anyway, I'm not going to go up from last week. Last week I worked to a top set of 4. I'm gonna do 3 with this, and gonna just look to continue to try to progress depth over the next few weeks to tolerance with this lower back thing I've got going on. Once I get it hopefully kind of cleared up, then I'll start to push more for low progressions on my back squat here, because I would like to get this back up into the 300s. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Still feels heavy, and I feel that spot in my hip and lower back. Very frustrating. But it is what it is. Guys, starting to feel a little mentally checked out here, so I'm just going to do a couple sets of these snatch grip RDLs and call it a day. Didn't have my straps last week. Got them this week. I was at the Y and I didn't bring them with me. So, see how this goes. All right, that felt extremely stimulating. Felt really heavy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do one more set of those, and then yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Yeah, see you guys next time.